Hello again, it's Ecology Matters. I'm Pat.
And I'm Jeanette.
And today we're on a bit of a different mission really. We're here to see if we can track down a sand martin colony. And the reason I say track down is that it changes every year. It's a very flexible bird in terms of its nesting habits. They move around, there's plenty of scope for them here in this site. It's an old quarry. And what we're hoping to do is see if we can find where the colony has established itself this year, so that we can track the success of the colony through the rest of the season.
I've just been watching this exposed cliff face here. We found one active nest, or we think it's active. There's definitely sand martins going in and out. There's 3 other sites that we want to look at today, so come and join us and have a look what we're going to see.
You'd think, given how many sand martins there are flying about, and we're talking about probably 100 at least that we've seen in the air above us at times, you'd think it would be quite easy to track down where they're actually nesting. Having said that, it is a very large site that we're looking at. They tend to congregate in certain areas here though, but they're like the Scarlet Pimpernel this morning. We seek them here, we seek them there, and the birds are all over the place, but we still can't track them down. You can see in the background just how much habitat is available, nesting habitat for them. And of course, they're winged like all the birds, they can fly, they can forage over very large areas.
We've just peeped over this earth mound, and there's actually a series of nest holes just below this sort of slab of limestone. Pretty exciting.
So although we're in overall a large active quarry, this is a disused part of it, and the idea was that some areas of the quarry were being utilised by sand martins, but because the quarry changes every year and parts of it change, it was thought it was best by some of the local birders here to create a permanent artificial structure, so that as other areas around the quarry became lost to the martins, this would still be here and be utilised by them. You can see in the foreground is a sort of a metal sheet angled beneath the nesting holes, or the holes that we hope the birds will use for nesting, and that's to try and avoid as much as possible any predators climbing up and being able to get in and actually attack any of the young or the adults while they're there actually in the nest.
So we just walked about 20 metres away from the sand martin building that Pat showed you a few minutes ago. I'm at this short cliff edge. This is where the original nesting site for the sand martins was originally found. I can actually hear them buzzing above my head. They're so high up in the sky at the moment that you're not going to be able to see them. So I'm just looking with my binoculars. I can actually see some nest holes in the distance there. Not seeing anything go in or out at the moment, but certainly still a really good place.
Hey, just let me put this down. So, what I wanted to show you here is something quite interesting. Remember we mentioned the sand martin artificial building and the fact that they build the nests all over the place in the quarry in different places. There's one just going past actually. Now, a few years ago, the quarry needed to move some materials around, and they put some sand piles in another area. To see this, I'm going to have to take you on an aerial view. So let me just show you some aerial pictures, and what you can see here from them is where the original sand martin nests are. That's pointed out, where the artificial building is, where the artificial nest sites are, and also where the sand dump was. And you can see the distance between them and how the birds have used some different parts of this at different times. Here's a picture of the nests in the sand area as well, which actually the birds took up over a weekend. So Friday the sand was dumped, and on the Monday morning when they came to move the sand, they couldn't, because the birds had taken up residence. Just goes to show you can't turn your back on certain things in nature, because opportunism is just around the corner, and these birds are really good at making use of opportunities that come their way